Hey guys, I'm Becky from Book Bite Reviews, and today I'm talking about the new releases in 2020 that I am very excited to come out. I normally do not do these videos, or even when I did the blog, I never really did these kinds of posts, but 2020 is a really great year for book releases. There are so many really big books coming out, as well as maybe some ones that you haven't heard of just yet. So I'm very, very excited to talk about the 9 books that I am highly anticipating. Hey guys, it is me from the future interrupting this video because I have found some more 2020 releases that I did not know about when I originally filmed this video. There's not that many, so let's just go ahead and talk about them really quickly. So first up is Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzales. This book is supposed to be Simon versus the Homo sapiens agenda meets Clueless, inspired by Greece. Sign me up. So in this book, we have 2 boys that meet over the summer. They have a wonderful romance. The summer is over just like in Greece, and they go back to their regular lives. But then, due to a family emergency, one of the boys has to switch schools, which puts him in the same school as his summer romance. The boy he met during the summer is not the same boy that he is meeting at this school. He is super popular, a jock, extremely closeted, and honestly a bit of a jerk. Our main character, Ali, has no intention of getting into a relationship with someone who doesn't want it, so he decides to just stay away from him. Unfortunately, Will, the other guy, keeps popping up everywhere, so Ali has to decide whether he wants to put his heart on the line one more time. I cannot wait. It sounds like it's going to be really, really good. I really, really love a enemies to lovers relationship, and even though this one doesn't start out as being enemies, it does start with betrayal, so I'm excited. Next is Date Me Bryson Keller by Kevin Van Whye. So this book features a main character who every week has been challenged to date a different person. So whoever asks him out first on Monday morning gets to date him for the entire week. Our other character is Kai, who is a male, and he doesn't think that Bryson will agree to date him, but when he does, everything changes. And I believe that he agrees to do it, but it's a secret relationship. From the sounds of it, it looks like Bryson is probably closeted and is going to understand his feelings better. He has never dated before for real, and I'm just very, very excited about it. It sounds like it's going to be really cute and heartfelt, and I cannot wait. Next is Boyfriend Material by Alexis Hall. This one is an adult LGBTQ romance that I am just living for. It is giving me a lot of red, white, and royal blue feels. In this book, our main character, Luke, is a child of famous rock and roll parents. His dad is making a comeback, which means that Luke is back in the public eye, but he is sort of a bad boy, and they want to clean up his image by getting him in a relationship for the public eye. So they hire a guy to be his fake boyfriend. It starts out as a fake relationship. Will it become something real? I think so. I can't wait. I was able to read an excerpt of this. I can't remember what website had it. It might have been Epic Reads or Book Riot. That's where I get most of the things I find out about. And it sounded so, so good. And I just cannot wait. This doesn't come out, I think, until June or July, so I have a long time of waiting, and I can't wait. And the very last one is one that I have literally just found out about and decided to go ahead and create a clip to add in here because now I have 4 books that I forgot to talk to you guys about, and that is The Raven and the Dove by Kaitlyn Davis. This book is a YA fantasy about a world that lives up in the sky. So it is a aviation bird-like race of people. In it, we have our queen. She is about to go through a courtship trial where she is trying to find her mate, but what she really wants is her freedom. So before the courtship trials can begin, she decides to go off on one last adventure where she finds a prince trapped with a dragon. Now, this prince is a bastard son to a king who has died. His half-brother is now the king, and he's the one who's supposed to be courting this queen. But for whatever reason, him and his half-brother make a deal that he will go in his place, pretend to be his brother, and win the queen's heart. But she comes upon him first and maybe some real feelings will be formed there. On top of all of that, thousands and thousands of feet on the ground, there is another prince who has heard about the legend of this queen and thinks that she is the salvation, and he has a spy that's in the kingdom that's going to help him try and get her for his own. So it sounds very politically involved and angsty and just lots and lots of feelings. I'm guessing that it's going to be from at least 3 different points of view: the queen, the raven prince, and the prince that is on the ground. I don't know if he's a human or some other kind of race, but I'm so excited. The cover is also gorgeous, which is what caught my eye. I saw it on NetGalley and then was like, okay, I need to read this. I need to talk about it. So here we are. So those are the 4 additional books that I need to talk to you guys about. Now let's go back to the original video. Let's just go ahead and start this video with the book that everyone is excited to read. It's very obvious that this book would be on my anticipated reads list. Let's just call it out now, and that is House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Yes, I am on the Sarah J. Maas bandwagon. I absolutely love her books. I just think that they are fantastic. I can see the problems in some of the books, but I just love them anyways. I feel like it's just Stephenie Meyer all over again. She's fantastic. Get over it. So of course, I am very, very excited to check out the first book in a brand new series. I think this one is in the middle of YA and NA, so I'm not exactly sure where this book falls, but it is a paranormal fantasy murder mystery thriller kind of book, and I'm just very, very excited about it. It will also feature the Fae. Just give it to me already. Next, let's talk about the sequels that I'm very, very excited about that are also a little bit obvious for being on this list. First up is Chosen by Kiersten White. This is the sequel to Slayer, which is a book that takes place in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer world. I was very excited for Slayer, and then it kind of didn't really live up to everything, but then by the time I finished it, I absolutely loved it. So I'm very excited for this one. I don't think that this is my all-time give it to me right now, I want to read it, but I am going to try and read it in 2020. I just really, really enjoyed the first book, so I am going to make time to read the second book. When? I don't know. It's not a priority, but I want to read it. Next is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins. We're not even going to talk about the cover. I enjoy the colors, but that bird looks very weird. Let's just ignore it. But I am very, very excited for a new book in the Hunger Games series. I can't wait to see how exactly this book plays out. It has been some time since we have read a Suzanne Collins book, but I'm excited to do so. Next is Blood and Honey by Shelby Mahurin. This is the sequel to Serpent and Dove. I'm very, very excited to see the cover. I feel like I'm more excited to see the cover than to actually read it, because I'm really hoping that it lives up to its predecessor, because Serpent and Dove is a gorgeous cover, my favorite cover of 2019. So I really hope that book 2 lives up, because I would love to own it. When does that cover release? But besides the cover, I am very excited to read this book. I absolutely loved Serpent and Dove. It was so worth the hype, and I loved it. So I cannot wait to read what is going to happen next. Last but not least for the sequels is Ruthless Gods by Emily A. Duncan. I am way more than anticipating this book. I cannot wait to get my hands on it. I am hopefully going to be pre-ordering it. I can't wait. I loved Wicked Saints with my whole being. It was absolutely amazing. I had such high expectations for no good reason, because this book was unlike anything I've ever read before, but it was amazing. It lived up to every expectation I had, which was honestly amazing. It's been a very long time since I've read a book that has elicited this many feelings from me, so I cannot wait to read the book. I did not try to get an arc of this book, because if I did, then I'd have to wait even longer for the third book. So I'm just gonna wait until release day. I may even wait a bit longer after release day to actually read it. I don't know. I'm also going to definitely be rereading Wicked Saints. Not because I don't remember everything. I'm sure there's some things I would like to refresh myself on, but just because I loved it so much, and it means a lot if I'm going to reread a book. Let's just keep going with the list, because we'll be here all day if I get on a Wicked Saints tangent. So now let's talk about the standalones, or those that are more under the radar for 2020 releases that I'm also very, very excited to check out. First up is What I Like About You by Marisa Kanter. This book sounds like it's going to be everything and more. In this book, we have a girl and guy who are in an online relationship. Now, the problem is that the girl is not showing her true identity. She has created an online persona for herself and has now gotten into this, not full-on relationship, but some kind of romantic relationship. And now she is changing high schools, and she finds out that the guy she's talking to goes there. So now she is struggling with basically being in a love triangle with herself, her online self, and this guy, because both her online self and her love him, but he is in love with the online version. You see what's gonna happen? I'm so excited. Next is Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon. Can we just talk about how amazing that last name is? Your name is Menon? This book is a Beauty and the Beast retelling with a contemporary spin that takes place at an elite international boarding school. Now, I believe in this book, there is a bad guy named Emerson, and I think he ends up hurting our main character's little sister or starting a rumor about her or something. I think. I could be totally wrong and thinking of another book, but I think that he does something to a family member, and to exact her older sister revenge, she sets out to make him fall in love with her so that she can dump him. I'm guessing that that's not what's going to end up happening, but I do love me a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I do love me a YA romance about a fake relationship. I'm so excited. Next is Tweet Cute by Emma Lord. I am so excited about this book. I really love a enemies to lovers book, and this just sounds like it's going to have all of the things. In this book, our two main characters end up having a Twitter war that goes viral, and even though they keep telling themselves that they are just continuing it because of the fame and attention they're getting from it, they are actually slowly falling in love, and I am just all about it. It just sounds so adorable, and I can't wait. And last but not least is The Firekeeper's Daughter by Angeline Boulley. Now, if you are into bookish news, you may have heard of this book because Angeline has gotten a giant book deal for this book. I'm just hoping that it is worth the hype and dollars because it sounds really, really good. This book is in between young adult and new adult. Our main character is starting her freshman year at the University of Michigan, which is another reason that I'm very, very excited about this book, as that is my alma mater and I live in Michigan, so it just gives me all the vibes. But our main character is of mixed heritage. She is, I believe, part Caucasian and part Native American. I'm positive on the Native American part. I'm not positive on the Caucasian part. But she is struggling with dealing with that mixed heritage and trying to find a place where she feels like she is home, because when she is in her hometown, she is looked at as different, but the local Indian reservation looks at her as an outsider as well. So I am just very, very excited about this book. It sounds like it's just going to be a fantastic find yourself coming of age story, and I just cannot wait. And with all of the attention that this book is getting in the bookish media, I'm just excited to see if it is worth it. And I definitely want to check it out and possibly, hopefully, have it as a book club pick later in 2020. Alright guys, those are all 9 books that I am very, very eagerly anticipating their release in 2020. Let me know if there are any other books that are coming out next year that you are very excited about as well. Don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, to please give it a thumbs up. If you loved it and you want to see more bookish content from me, please hit subscribe. And if you want to be notified as soon as my videos go live here on YouTube, hit the notification bell. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!